So I use that as a tool to draw people. You know, I capitalize on the fact you want to play Chicago, but you ain't going to do the Airy Crown. But you can come get this money out here, Riddles. I bet you that.
Right.
You know, so, and it's worked for me ever since. So I've always maintained a stable base here in Chicago that's take care of me. That's why I'm rep for the city so hard, because a lot of people say Chicago is a city of haters. It's not. You gotta love them, they'll love you back. But you gotta respect them, and you gotta do what is expected.
Look at what we're talking about, proactivity and looking out for one another, man. When you have infrastructure, man, you should be able to have infrastructure in the city that you're from.
Absolutely.
Right? I hit your line, you were receptive, and said, man, let me look and see if I got a suit jacket in the car.
Right.
If I got one, I'm over there.
Right there.
And then you came through. Same thing, like you just made reference. People are gonna always double down. Steve didn't have to double down, but he did because it's Chicago.
Yes, sir.
So it's not always what they marginalize us to be, because everybody's not a hater.
Right.
You know, because like you said, when you do get an opportunity to win, it turns into something different.
And you win better if you bring people with you, for one. And for, you know, the other thing is, people don't understand about Chicago being a Midwest city with the Midwest, you know, values and the situations that we come up in. You know, we come from blue collar situations. And so once you get somewhere, sometimes most cities, people have to get out their city to make it, because your city's not a major market. But in Chicago, you can vanish. You can be here and not be here, because you don't want to oversaturate. You want to give their impression that you're doing other things. Which, you know, I'm always on the road, but I'm a Chicago dude. I'm based. I ain't never leave Chicago if I can help it, and still make my bread. But when people perceive you as gone, then you come back a hero.
That creates a demand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yep. So for instance, if you're a comedian, I tell comedians all the time, don't be at the comedy club every week, because why would I book you when you're here every week? Well, right? Or why would people want to pay to see you if you want to go up every week and do jokes? Now, if I put you on the fly, like, well, of course, we already know he's going to be there.
Right.
You know, so, you know, you don't want to oversaturate yourself. Now, if you're grinding and you hustling and you're trying to do open mics and you get your own room and you got 3 or 4 of them across the city, that's one thing.
Right.
You know, but at least you are making an impact on what you're doing. But you don't want to be accessible to the point, like you say, you ain't got to be arrogant, but you don't want to be too accessible.
Right.